great people of Ghana, is your Nigerian girl pleasure, bringing you political news in our channel, Ghanatube. Examining 6 key provisions of Ghana's 1992 Constitution heavily under scrutiny. Constitutional review examining 6 provisions of Ghana 1992 Constitution under scrutiny. Amidst increasing call of review of the Ghana's 1992 Constitution, several key positions have become the focus of intense public and expert debate. That's the main reason why they are agitating and clamoring for the 1992 Constitution be amended. The John Mahama-led administration and NDC government has faced mounting pressure to initiate constitutional reforms, addressing certain about the consideration power vested in the executive branch. Critics urge that his concentration of power rendered crucial government sectors vulnerable to undue influence. In light of the ongoing discussion, Ghana will highlight 5 specific areas to the 1992 Constitution that have constantly emerged in public discourse regarding potential amendments and why it should actually be amended, why it should be scrapped, because it is not helping the people of Ghana. Number 1, scrapping the Council of States. Council of States, scrapping them. The relevance of the Council of States, COS, established by Article 98 to 92 of the 1992 Constitution of Ghana, has faced growing scrutiny because a recurring point in proposed constitutional review advocated by constitutional experts, jurists, and statesmen. While some maintain that they play a vital role in Ghana's constitutional framework by advising the president on crucial national matters, others condemned that it has outlived its usefulness. Some critics even label it as mere rubber stamp for the executive and an undemocratic institution that should be abolished in a democratic system. Wow. So the Council of States has actually been said to be demolished, to be scrapped. Yes, people are agitating that it should be scrapped from the 1992 Ghana Constitution. Professor Bufo Ajemadua, a former senior government advisor to the United Nations, had given his support to scrapping the Council of State while speaking in Joint News Report in May 31st, 2022. He argued that the body has lost its relevance in the current national context, despite being established as a key institution under the 1992 Constitution to advise the President on significant national issues. Its impact and necessities have been questioned, particularly given the country's current economic challenges. Professor Ajemadua emphasized that the prevailing economic downturn necessitates deliberate measures to curb public spending, even if the Constitution mandates the exercise of the Council. The Council of State, composed of prominent citizens akin to traditional councils of elders, advise the President on a range of national issues. Number 2, to be scrapped. Executive power in the appointment of judges to the Supreme Court. Concerns have been raised regarding the extent of the executive influence in the appointment and potential removal of judges. Lawyer Austin Obua, commenting on attempts to remove the Chief Justice from office, suggested that the President's role in determining a prima facie case is consultation with the Council of State. Effective makes its Chief Justice removal to foregone conclusion. The President ultimately holds the final decision after a committee also constituted by the executive hears the defense and provides a recommendation. Augustine Obua argued that the Article 146 of the 1992 Constitution makes it too easy to remove the Chief Justice, highlighting the significant power the executive wields in the process. 3. Appointment of the Inspector General of Police. Policy analyst Emilia Francis Short advocated for a strict limitation of presidential appointments to only ministers and cabinet members. He argued that the heads of institutions and public officials should be appointed by the respective institutions themselves. Critics have commented that the current practice steals democracy and places appointees in a compromising position, potentially hindering their objectives due to fear of displeasing the incumbent government. He questioned the necessity of the president's involvement in the appointment of the IGP, suggesting that it has little to do with the core functions of ruling to government. He proposed that the president should focus on appointing ministers, allowing them other institutions to participate in the selection of the IGP. Currently, Chapter 15, Article 202, Subsection 1 of the 1992 Constitution speculates that the Inspector General of Police is appointed by the President in consultation with the Council of State. Number 4. Appointment of members of Parliament, the MPs, as ministers. Fifi Kwete, the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress (NDC), is advocating for constitutional reform to separate parliamentary duties from ministerial appointments. In a recent interview on Channel 1 TV on May 6, 2025, Fifi Kwete explained concern over the increasing trend of individuals seeking parliamentary seats primarily as a means to secure ministerial positions, rather out of a genuine commitment to legislative services. Kwete emphasized that serving the people should be the primary motivation for seeking parliamentary offices, not the expectation of a ministerial appointment. He stressed that ministerial roles should be considered as a bonus, not the main objective. He insisted that the Constitution review should prioritize decoupling these two roles to ensure the emergency of genuine parliamentarians dedicated to their legislative duties. He further argued that the current system allows political aspirants to miss voters by contesting parliamentary elections with the undying intention to join the executive branch. Establishment of a second chamber in Parliament, that's the 5th one. There is a proposal to establish an upper chamber in Parliament to review final bills that have been debated on the floor. This upper chamber would ideally be composed to neutral statesmen, traditional rulers, and experienced experts with high moral standing and integrity. The aim is to provide an additional layer of scrutiny and oversight, acting as a check on the member of the primary legislative body. Excretion, the last but not the least. Article 721, office holders under the 4th Republican Constitution of Ghana have been a subject of discussion in Ghana for myriad reasons. There are some who perceive that Article 71 office holders earn too much from the state. Others criticize, urge that the end of term benefits that these officers receive after every 4 years is excessive, without any further justification and abuse of the limited national resources. It has been publicly reported that public officers and others Article 71 office holders of successive governments under the 4th Republic have, after their terms of office, received huge sum of money as ex-gratia after their 4 years term, regardless of them being ministers or members of Parliament who have neither lost their seats or have been re-elected. Critics have argued that for a developing country which is struggling to stabilize its economy, ex-gratia is not a prudent provision and have called for it to be scrapped. You've seen that these are the 6 things that actually needs to be scrapped in the Constitution, and people are actually brought them out so that people will know and how the government is actually planning to scrap them. Please do well to like, comment, and follow. Put on notification bell so you get all our news one by one.